Yes, I am exposed to the news, and I make sure that I expose myself to the news every day. For me, it's a part, being exposed to the news, as frustrating as it may be, is a part of my responsibility as a citizen of Earth, as a participant in the human drama. So for me, there is no one day passing, I think, that I don't shed some tears, physical tears. It's not metaphorical, on the condition of humanity. And it thoroughly breaks my heart to learn about suffering and how deep it goes, and the world we've created, and how possible it is if we only had this kind of basic human sanity to stop all that. It's such unjustified suffering, because life itself is not suffering, you see. Yes, there is old age, there is illness, there is all that, but there is most of the suffering that we know is human-made, is what people do to one another, is the disaster that we've created in the midst of life. So yes, I am exposed, and for me, whenever I read that, I'm just more resolved. This is how I get my drive, my motivation to work harder, to think harder how I can respond. Each one is called to respond in different ways. Some of us go to feed the hungry. This is a noble task. Some feed emotional hunger, some feed spiritual hunger. It is not important how we respond, as long as we feel fueled by this. So you are asking how do we deal with it, right? From a spiritual point of view, when we go through this journey, and I'm going to actually, this is the next pillar. It's what is called heart opening, and it's a part of it, because without this pillar, nothing actually makes sense. And we become so self-centered and so apathetic, so indifferent to suffering, we lose the real motivation. So we need to have our heart open, and we need to let it bleed. And from that bleeding, there has to be a response, while knowing that, unfortunately, even if you fed millions of people, you will still feel frustrated and sad, because the suffering itself is just endless, just endless. So in this sense, we have to live with a bleeding heart. We cannot resolve that issue. Sometimes we can say, well, yes, we can escape to spiritual heights, and that's where that's the timeless. It's like even in cosmic time scale, it's like what is suffering to billions of years of the cosmos? It's just a fraction of it's a moment. It's a fleeting moment. You can do whatever you want. You can play with it, but you cannot make it disappear. And it's important not to become indifferent. not to become indifferent, but also make sure that it doesn't become just anger, withdrawal, frustration. Don't let don't let them win, you see. Because I think that what this evil wants us is to become indifferent, to lose all motivation, to feel that there's no point. To feel powerless. That's what it wants us to feel. Don't let that win.